Hey, fourth graders, back with another book about the love of reading and books. In Hunter's room, he's got books everywhere. So Mrs. Harity's been reading some. I have some to read, and the last one I have is called The Incredible Book Eating Boy. So The Incredible Book Eating Boy. Play on words. Like sometimes it's like when you devour books, it means you're just reading them and reading them and reading them and reading them. But it can also mean like, so it's a play on words there. And I love this. Mrs. Harry and I picked this out of the library. When I picked it up, I was like, whoa, what happened? And then I realized it's supposed to be like that. And it says, disclaimer, please do not try to eat this book at home. I love books when they have something unique about that, like they're cut out or a different shape. Henry loved books, but not like you and I love books. No, not quite. Henry loved to eat books. It all began quite by mistake one afternoon when he wasn't paying attention. He wasn't sure at first and tried eating a single word just to test. Next, he tried a whole sentence and then the whole page. Yes, Henry definitely liked them. By Wednesday, he had eaten a whole book. So look at him sitting down to dinner with a book and he's cutting it up. And I like that this is printed on pages that look like ripped book pages, and you can see, it's probably hard for you to see, but like the faded of like text, the font. And by the end of the month, he could eat a whole book in one go. Henry loved eating all sorts of books. Storybooks, dictionaries, atlases, joke books, books of facts, even math books. But red ones were his favorite. And he was going through them at a fierce rate. Can you see them? I like this page. Look at where the text's written. It's on the books. That's cool. I haven't read this one before. But here is the best bit. The more he ate, the smarter he got. And it says, A, book goes in. B, information goes to brain. Brain getting bigger. C, belly gets full. He ate a book about goldfish, and then he knew what to feed Ginger. Before long, he could do his father's crossword and his newspaper, and was even smarter than his teacher in school. A lot of you are probably smarter than me in some ways. Read those books. Henry loved being smart. He thought that if he kept going, he might even become the smartest person on earth. I love that. He's getting a big medal. Smartest person on earth. So he kept eating books, and he kept getting smarter, and smarter, and smarter. He went from eating books whole to eating them 3 or 4 at a time. Books about anything. Henry wasn't fussy, and he wanted to know it all. But then things started going not quite so well. I'm going to eat you, he's having a dream. In fact, they started going very, very wrong. Henry was eating too many books, and too quickly at that. Bite, chew. Chew, chew, gulp, green, greener, greenest. He was beginning to feel ill. So he's having nightmares about the books eating him. Oh, you hear that? It's windy outside. It's a good day to stay in and read books. But here's the worst bit. Everything he was learning was getting mixed up. 6 plus 2 equals 3. 6 plus 2 equals elephant? He didn't have time to digest it properly. It became quite embarrassing for him to speak. The belly is full of books. Suddenly, Henry didn't feel very smart at all. More than one person told him he should stop eating books. No more books. Your head and belly can't cope. Besides, it means no one else can enjoy them. You owe a total of... Well, his fees from his doctor. So Henry gave up eating books and sat sadly for a long time. What was he to do? Then after a while, and almost by accident, Henry picked up a half-eaten book from the floor, and instead of putting it in his mouth, Henry opened it up and began to read. And it was so good. Henry discovered, itchy eye, that he loved to read, and he thought that if he read enough, he might still become the smartest person on earth. It would just take a bit longer. Now Henry reads all the time, although every now and then it's got the bite out. Not the back. Oh, I like that story. And then I like about the author. It says Oliver Jeffers is a Northern Irish painter, writer, and reader who graduated from the University of Ulster and has exhibited his art in London, New York, Sydney, Belfast. Oliver has never eaten a book, although he thought about it once. He ate Weetabix instead and fed a book to his younger brother. It did not make his brother smarter, but it did encourage him to recycle after 3 or 4 days. Look at the picture. Oh, I love it. All right, I'm hoping this gave you a little giggle today, and enjoy the rest of the week.